Great. We've recaptured the prelude, so moving on to fugue number 11, also F major. Now we are in 3/8. So I believe that the fugal theme is supposed to go about this fast. This one sounds familiar to me. I'm not sure I've read it, but I have listened to all these, so I think I recognize this one. Yeah. Yeah, I say that I've listened to all these. I do not let myself listen to them before I play them. Since starting this project, I have not re-listened to any of them that I haven't yet played, put it that way. So this is as close as I can emulating in prior to recordings, so prior to last century, really, and even through part of last century, if you were a piano player, if you had a piano in your house and you wanted to make music, you would often buy sheet music, have sheet music without listening to it. And that sometimes happens today, especially for students. If their teacher gives them a piece and they're not familiar with it, they won't necessarily go and listen to it unless the teacher tells them to. But the practice of reading a piece that you've never heard used to be extremely common, of course, because that's how, and even the first people to perform a piece, the premieres of a piece, are generally from people who haven't heard it, unless it's the composer, in which they may have heard it in their heads. They have some idea of what it will sound like and how they know exactly how it's supposed to be because they wrote it. But this practice of playing something that you haven't heard before is not something I'm doing here, because, like I said, I have listened to the entire Well-Tempered Clavier at least a couple times through, some of the pieces more times than that. But I'm trying not to listen to them too closely to when I actually record them, so that it sounds like I am. So you see the process of discovery of, based on just what the music looks like and my partial memories of how I've heard it performed, how I discover what I think it should sound like. I'm going to take a pause here to make sure that we get the whole recording.